Welcome back. We took a month off and we're back on this beautiful 20th day of April, bringing out episode number 14, also known as the Gerald Green episode, man. Whole lot of playoff basketball to get into. But before we get started, Josh, hit us with that five.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Like you said, off. We like John Moran in the regular season, baby. You just need a little time to mend ourselves. We all be three busy brothers. All have stuff going for us. I want to make a personal announcement, but I guess I'll do it right now. This is my segment. I have officially been accepted and I'm going to attend Syracuse University. I'm a graduate from Prairie. So yeah,
you gonna play football at Syracuse?
Nah, man, I might try the GA, dog. I'm going for sports communication, the top communication school in the country. So, clap or whatever we want to do. But
New York.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody, any New Yorkers, upstate New York, NYC, want to connect with your boy in the next 13 months, ready, willing, and available, especially the pretty ladies.
Oh, it's only a 1-year program?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll start, it's basically like from summer to summer, essentially. 13 months. But yeah, man, I'm into this fire, you know what I'm saying? A lot of music has been, I've been listening to a lot of different music recently. I've been heavy into Dirk, sorry. Let me get a synopsis of what have y'all been listening to bumping recently, the past month or so?
I really been on that Yeet heavy, bro. I've been having we just got doing our spring practices, having to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, go to practice. That Yeet really wake me up in the morning, bro. Big Tonka, him and Uzi, top tier song, bro. Also been on that Babyface Ray heavy, bro. Dropped a project I really liked. And then of course, bro, it wouldn't be me if I didn't listen to some Lucky, bro. Lucky are like my new favorite artist right now. That Super Years go crazy, bro. Go crazy.
I got you, Mr. Laws. What have you been on?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I've been heavy on the podcast lately.
Tell me what podcast you listen to.
Man, I listen to hella sports podcasts. I'm a wrestling fan. I actually went to WrestleMania since we last time we recorded.
Oh wow.
But I listen to No Cap Sports from time to time. I listen to The Favorites. It's a sports betting podcast, bro. If you ever need some locks. And then also I listen to First Take here and there.
Okay.
You never hate on Jason and John. You gotta have some local flavor up in there. But in terms of music, I've been listening to one of the guys we went to college with. His name is Ed. He just dropped the album called Casino Man. It's actually pretty bumping, bro. I can't lie to you.
Okay. Is it something that will make my playlist, sir?
Yes.
I believe so. I actually believe so. I'm about to sing you a song right now.
Okay, brother. I like to you gave me a music segment, Nick. I really think I'm musically inclined. So, I'm not. I hope he performs a little better than your other man that was on here, but we don't hold grudges. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out Donnie J, whatever his name is.
Donnie J, bro. Put some respect on his
whatever,
name.
bro. But since we last talked, a lot of music has dropped actually. Dirk dropped a project, I think, since the last time we spoke. Benny the Butcher, one of my favorite up and coming artists.
That was a hard
dropped
project.
Talk 4.
That was a hard
project. Very much. I'm glad you could appreciate that, Nick. Tyson versus Ali, Timberwolves Crack Commandments. So yeah, man, it's been a lot of good stuff going on. Obviously we're all musically inclined. We come from a very musically inclined city. So who was the first person or artist that y'all heard growing up that really got you in the habit of or made you fall in love with music?
For me,
actually, like as a kid, bro, I wasn't really just that deep into music. Like I'd just be in the car with my mom. She listened to 103.5 or whatever it is. And so she'd be listening to, you had John Legend, Alicia Keys. But I really didn't get into music until Michael Jackson died. I swear to God. So, I mean, he probably was the first dude.
That was what, elementary school for us?
2000.
Right there in middle school?
Like 7, something like that, somewhere around there. So, I mean, they were playing Michael Jackson on BET 24/7 for 2 weeks straight after he died.
Nah, facts. What about you, Nick? What say you?
So, like Van said, my people always listen to V101, 103.5, always playing in the car. But my dad is a big music person. So the first person...
Obviously, Too Short, shout out. That's his favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mr. Hayes.
But, for me personally, the person that really got me into music I was a big, Stacks kid, love the old stuff. So Otis Redding and Curtis Mayfield, bro. Those are the two that really got me into music, bro.
Okay. Give me some more, Nick. Obviously, those are not like man said. MJ obviously died. Well, it was a major event when he died. I can't think of a time in our lifetime where, like I said, Curtis Mayfield and Otis Redding were particularly relevant. Obviously, Jay-Z and Kanye had the song that they used to sample on and feature them on. But you say you're a big Stacks guy, but like what in particular was like, these are the guys.
I mean, that's sitting on the dock of the bay. That's like my favorite song all time, like no debate. And then Curtis Mayfield, like I heard that Superfly, and I was like, this guy kind of hard. I want to hear some more. And my dad had a whole Curtis Mayfield CD, so I was just playing that joint on the little CD player I had in my room.
See, these guys aren't demons, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty actually thorough answers. Like I said, people's origins in terms of what they listen to, how they become accustomed to music. For me personally, I think I've told you this. I don't know if I told our audience this. My father was incarcerated for an extended period of time during my youth, so a lot of his stuff was like more motivational, trying to overcome circumstances. So that Don Tripp song, talking about man was I don't know, one he featured with CeeLo Green. That's the first song I remember being on repeat consistently. My dad was a big J. Cole fan, so Sideline Story. I remember listening to that when it dropped. Big Sideline J. Cole fan. Wale. Just a lot of different music genres. And then like Nick said, it's obviously some of the older guys. Louis Armstrong was somebody he introduced me to in terms of just hearing, being able to listen to instruments, the saxophone or whatever. So
he had an 8-year-old listening to Louis Armstrong.
Bro, what you mean? He's a classic musician, dog. How old was you when you listened to Curtis?
Nigga, you 8.
I mean, how you know I was 8? That was weird. Why you know?
That's what you said.
That ain't no. So that's like, how old was you when you first started listening to old boy, Curtis Mayfield and what you said? Who's the person you said?
I can't tell you how old I was.
Otis Redding.
It was like elementary school. Like around that age.
Man, it's like 8, 9
but you know for a fact he heard that on the radio, bro. Louis Armstrong not coming on the radio, bro.
But I mean, Louis Armstrong is a staple of black, even in the cookout. That's a wonderful world. They played it at all family events that I had.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Louis Armstrong make like graduation music, bro. Only time I hear "What a Wonderful World" is like it's only like elementary and middle school graduation. That's the only time I've heard "It's a Wonderful World" and Toy Story. Those are the only two times.
5 years old, tap dancing with Frank Sinatra.
We are not hearing Satchmo on this show, sir. Hey man, I can't be mad at it.
My nigga used to wear bow ties in 6.
No.
Oh my god.
What I will tell you is, when my dad first got home from jail, I was dressing entirely too big, way too big. Like he was dressing me like in 4H stuff, like ridiculous. I'm talking about like my dress pants tucking underneath my shoes, bro. Like I'm tucking in my shirt and it's still
rocking suspenders and top hat.
And no, it wasn't even dressy, bro. It was just always big. Like I was walking around like no franchise boys, no cap. Like all day, like I'm talking about you tuck, like, bro, I could tuck my dress shirt, my polo into my pants, and my shirt would come down to like my thighs, cuz. Like I couldn't even have thigh tattoos. My shirt would touch my thigh. Bro, I used to have to put socks in my shoes because he would give me like a size 14 in middle school. So I just had to stuff the top of my shoe with socks, bro. Hey, so yeah. It's hard living out here. But this is not about, I feel like the Satchmo stuff y'all took and ran with, honestly. It wasn't that deep. Louis Armstrong is a pivotal thing, they played it in like every movie, bro, no cap. Well, I think to my they played this shit in what they played? They played it in what's that movie with all the toys? They played it in
Toy Story.
That's what I said. Toy Story.
You know what I'm saying? Louis Armstrong.
Hold on, time out. This nigga said, what's that movie with all the toys?
Let me live, bro. Let me live. But yes, crazy. J. Cole, Wale, Don Tripp, and Louis Armstrong. That's my 4. But that's all I got, brother. That's all I got.
So, like I said, we got a special NBA playoff episode for y'all today. And so, to start this segment off, got a special guest, somebody who believed when nobody else believed. That's my boy Walt. My boy been saying Pels and 6 before the playoffs started. So, Walt, talk to the people, man. Why you got so much faith in this Pelicans team?
Well, first of all, let me say this, man. Before we get started, I don't want to hear no Zion slander today, bro. No Zion slander.
You mean
right?
future Memphis Grizzlies, Zion Williamson?
Stop it. He's coming back. He's coming back in action. But look, man, it's simple, bro. The Pels started off 1-12. We get that. I mean, I thought for sure, we were tanking a season, but my boy B.I. came through, man. But I think what really set us apart was the C.J. McCollum trade, bro. And once we got that, we started clicking. I mean, it's simple. Now, for me, everybody talking about bringing Zion back, D-Book out probably for the next 2 games, bring Zion back. I ain't with that. But first of all, if we can bring Zion, big self back, bro, he gonna mess up the flow. And the court ain't too big, he ain't big enough for him right now. we gotta wait a little bit, dog. But I think for real, dog, I think the Pels can win in 6. 7 for sure. I want to win in 6. I don't want to go 7 with Chris Paul. Can't go 7 with Chris Paul.
If you go 7 with Chris Paul, hamstring, something might not act right. He ain't gonna be that game 7.
Scott Crawford not gonna act right. That's who's not gonna act.
Nah, facts. Let me ask you something, Walt. Since I don't know you, talk about obviously you're in the Nick Hayes camp of not wanting to bring Zion back. As an on the boots, on the ground Pelican fan, how do you feel about Zion?
I think I know for sure that man mental health is gone. It has to be. First of all, man, the media is shutting this man down, calling him fat, ugly, can't play ball.
Call him ugly.
But they said he looked like Booger McFarland.
I'll call him ugly. Oh man, but they're trying to shut this man down, trying to call him.
I already gave Joe
latest breaking news. Fat, ugly Hooper.
Nah, man, but they're trying to shut this man down. The man ain't even play a full season yet. Played through COVID, played his first rookie season, cool. But I think right now, man, the mental health is gone right now, bro, because I think the man want to be in New Orleans. But I think the way we're looking at it is, man, it's long term, right? It's his third year. Like, we got to take this time, man. Like, this ain't no first round draft pick that can just come and go. There will never be another Zion, Zion. I'm glad we got Zion. I'm glad we didn't get Ja Morant. He would have messed everything up. But I'm just saying.
That's what you tell you. You gonna take Jose Alfredo over Ja Morant?
Yes. 100%.
What?
Alfredo.
Ain't no way. You serious right now?
Hey,
He can get one steal a game and you taking him over Ja Morant? Come on, bro.
Now he called that man Alfredo.
Come on, bro.
It chilled Alfredo talk, bro.
Hey, y'all seen in the game with Chris Paul, he tried a little trick and Chris Paul did him like a
Hey.
bad son. Man, like really, that's a problem with social media, bro. My boy Alfredo had one move, and now Bleacher Report put up Instagram post now that he not sneaking up on nobody.
Hey,
like,
career is gone.
It's just crazy how everything come around full circle, bro. Because Chris Paul finally gonna win New Orleans a playoff series.
Damn.
Hey, that's wild. But
Damn.
I got something to say about this whole Zion talk, bro. I'm with sending Zion away. You got a good core in B.I., CJ, Jonas Valanciunas. They the ones that's been hooping. They the ones that's been getting the bucket.
That last was a stretch, bud.
Man. He went 8 for 8 from 3 one game. I ain't forget that.
First game.
And then y'all got a nice core rookies looking at Herb Jones. What's buddy name? 24. I can't think of his name. Trey Murphy. Y'all got a nice, you know what I'm saying? Y'all drafted nice. Y'all got a nice core of stars. I think y'all good to send Zion to New York, man. Send him back with Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. And y'all won't lose a step.
Let me tell you something. We would never win a championship or even go deep into a playoff with Jackson Hayes at the 4. I'm telling you right now, bro. That man might have a goddamn Jay Crowder stat line. 1-1 and 10. We don't want that. We need a 27-10 guy on the court with us at all times, bro.
So you want Julius Randle?
Julius Randle 2.0.
All right,
But that's what we need, man. I just thinking long term here, bro. We not, I'm be real with you. We get knocked out by the Suns. I'm not mad at all, bro. Because we started off 1-12. Got CJ, but now we know what to look forward to. Now next year we suck. We got a problem. We got to make some.
That might happen, bro. It might be the case. I mean, I like Brandon Ingram a lot, but CJ McCollum was on very bad Portland team for a long time. He's not a winning player in my eyes. He's a guy that gets
to be in the play-in next year. The Pills.
You asking me or him?
I'm asking Walt.
Nah, Pels not gonna be in the play-in, bro. We're gonna be top 5.
Top five next year.
Boy, you got a big nose. I know you do auto cocaine when you said that. That is ridiculous.
We're gonna be top 5, man.
Okay, so let me get this right. Pels gonna be top 5 next year. Zion gonna play next year?
Yes, full season.
Game 1.
Full season, no.
All right, you know what?
Full season. Call it right now.
Last
he plays
question.
over 70 games?
No.
Last question. You still sticking with Pels in 6?
Pels in 6.
Ooh.
Pels in 6, and BI gonna go for 40 plus.
Game 3?
Bro.
Game 4.
Ooh. So you taking that to the bank? If you had to put, how much money would you put on that right there? BI 40 points as long with Pels in 6. That's your two-way parlay. How much money you putting on that?
My next paycheck.
I ain't gonna ask you how much your next check is, but that sounds like a vote of confidence.
You know what he said?
I see it. I can't lie to you, bro. I believe.
Man, what they paying y'all in Millsap? He said 50. He said 1,500.
You mean what we pay in Millsap?
Hey man, but I appreciate you coming on, bro. We gonna rock out with them Pels. Think game 3.
But we not. He is. I
won't bow down, man. Won't bow down.
That's a sorry ass motto going into the playoffs.
Won't bow down.
It's better than
this.
Yeah, all right, man. But I appreciate you for coming on, bro. And go Pels, man.
Hey, go Pels. Y'all know it.
Continuing with the playoff talk, man. We done heard enough about the Pelicans. We're not really too worried about them. But moving on, what's the best series so far? What do you think is going to be the best series? We've seen 2 games so far, so talk to me.
Man, I'm pushing this Boston-Brooklyn agenda, man. It's just a lot of different factors, basketball and non-basketball why this is the most entertaining series. Obviously, talking about non-basketball, you got the Kyrie stuff. The Kyrie stuff in terms of the Boston fans, which, obviously ratchet up enough with him flicking the fans off, whatever. More non-basketball stuff. You got the Ben Simmons saga, which could have basketball implications, where you're talking about adding an all-star during the middle of a playoff series. So obviously Boston's up 1-0 right now. I personally would not be surprised if they went up 2-0 tonight. And I just put this on some Instagram comments. I think Boston is the best team in basketball when they're all on the same page. Ime Udoka, how you say it, Nick? Obviously has proven himself as a good game manager, a good coach, a good guy at staggering rotations. You got defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart. You have 2 guys that can go get you a shot any moment of the game. Talking about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. My bad. And you talk about 2 guys that's also elite defenders. You look at that last series of that Boston-Brooklyn game. You got Marcus Smart forcing Kyrie to pass the ball. You got Kevin Durant. You got Kevin Durant Tatum making Kevin Durant take a really tough shot. And you got Al Horford, a guy that's, kind of unappreciated his whole career, just making things difficult, sending the double and things like that. So, man, I'm saying Robert Williams not even there right now. You still got an elite team. Like I said, I think that Boston is the best team in the NBA when they're all on the same page. And, kind of sucks because I think we can all agree this is not supposed to be a first round matchup. But especially with how game 1 ended and with the Kyrie stuff, the Ben Simmons stuff, like Brooklyn, I'm going to let you go, Vance, but like Brooklyn, Boston, like man, like in any other series, like either Tatum or Brown, either Tatum, KD, or Kyrie will be the best player in the series. And you got 3 of those guys in one series. So it's a lot of good basketball being played.
Who's going to win the series?
Austin.
And how many games?
I can't say. I'm going to say Boston still in 7 games. because they beat them, they swept them last year. But if Ben Simmons can come back, which I think is unlikely, can come back and be the Ben Simmons that we remember him be, then it's going to be a challenge because that's somebody that you can throw on Tatum or whichever one is hot, probably Tatum, and be like, yeah, we're gonna stop that. Jaylen Brown.
Let's say he's getting 30 minutes a game. What does the Ben Simmons stat line look like?
12 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and 1 incident of pounding on the bench. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I think that's high level. I don't expect that, honestly. Because I'm saying he hasn't played basketball in a year. But I don't expect him to be all-star Ben Simmons. I really don't even think that they'll I think that we didn't see Zion. I mean, it looks kind of bad, but we just seen Zion do like 360 dunks. We haven't, people went crazy over Ben Simmons doing a rim grazer two-handed. So I would expect to honestly see Zion before Ben Simmons. So even if he comes back, Zion has played more recently, I think. I just really don't expect Ben Simmons to be at all-star level. And I don't even know, honestly, if he can get back to that level, honestly.
I mean, do you expect him to handle the workload of guarding Jason Tatum?
I mean, what else would he be there for? Bruce Brown? Like, what is Ben Simmons there for? I mean,
wow.
Obviously he's been there useless enough for the year. But, I mean, they did still just trade a top 75 guy for him. Like, if you can't come out and guard the other team's best player, like, what asset, what good are you? What of use are you to them? Because I mean, is Ben Simmons not supposed to be that big three or whatever?
Yeah,
allegedly.
That's fair, man. So kind of looking at that trade from a playoff standpoint. Now, you got Ben Simmons potentially making his return in Brooklyn. Then you look over to Philly, and you got a team that's up 2-0 on the Raptors right now and playing some really good basketball. So looking at that Philly team, y'all think they got a shot?
At what?
Championship, making it to the finals, making it out the East.
No.
Oh, why not?
Like, come on, bro. Let's be realistic. They'll take care of Toronto because that's what they're supposed to do. Are they better than Milwaukee? No. Are they better than Miami? Maybe. Probably no. Because who's gonna take care of Jimmy Butler? No.
That's a very good point, bro.
Yeah, and then who are they better than the winner of Boston and Brooklyn? Are they even better than the Bulls? Okay, they're better than the Bulls. I give them that. I won't get off like that. But I don't think they're better than. They're probably the fourth best team. But then again, they only got after this series, they're probably gonna have to play, I believe, the Bucks. Bucks in 4. Man, no, you know what? I respect Embiid. Bucks in 5. So Embiid is good enough to get 1 game, unlike Joker against the Warriors, but that's a whole nother story. So I think they're pretenders, bro. And we talked about this at the beginning of the year. James Harden, he lost that little foul call. Bro, his stats are way down. I don't think it's because of loss of talent, it's the loss of calls.
I agree with that.
He's lost a step too. He's lost a step too.
But first of all, bro, I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit. You're not finna disrespect Jokic like that, bro. We all know, bro. As a big man, you need a good guard in order for you to eat, bro. Jokic don't bring the ball down the court. Jokic don't initiate the offense.
He is a guard. What do you
always say? Definitely bring the ball down the court.
But you got to realize he operates in the middle of the floor. If there's no spacing around him to give him room to operate, no outlets for him, he's not gonna eat like he is. And without Ben Simmons, without James Harden, wouldn't be that good. He'd be in the same situation Jokic is in. He put his points up, but he wouldn't win many games.
Hold on, Nick. We just seen
especially not in a playoff series.
We just seen him be with a whole season without Ben Simmons, and he was MVP.
What you mean? He still had Tyrese Maxey, who nobody expected to be that good that early, and he still had Tobias Harris, which, believe it or not, was an all-star guy 2 years ago.
I believe Tyrese Maxey is a very good player, but I think we give him a little bit of credit.
Brody just had 38 game 1.
I mean, bro, he's a really good player. I just think we give him too much credit. Hey, if you put Emmanuel quickly on the 76ers, he's probably doing the same.
I mean, they're 2 photocopy players. Don't get me wrong. I think they fit the same blueprint damn near. We're being honest. But still, I'm saying to say Tyrese Maxey isn't that good is kind of crazy, bro. Because
I say this is good. Tyrese Maxey would be the best guard in the Knicks right now. I mean, not the Knicks, on the Nuggets right now.
Yeah, that's facts, and that's my point. Monte Morris isn't gonna go out and get his own bucket. He's a pass first guard. Will Barton gonna put that gun up 100 times and hit about 30 shots. And then who you got? Aaron Gordon, who fighting for touches in the paint with Jokic. It's just not working right now. You know what I'm saying? You need a dominant guard if you're gonna have a dominant big man. And that's what Jokic doesn't have. And that's why he can't get the job done against the Warriors right now. Y'all putting too much pressure. Y'all putting too much pressure on Jokic to keep up with some guys that are putting up 70 points in 20 minutes by himself, bro.
I mean, I would say that, once Murray and MPJ was gone, Nuggets, any type of postseason run was going to be shot. Please don't forget that Jamal Murray has a 50-point playoff game. First of all,
please don't forget that Draymond Green is putting that boy in a straitjacket.
That's true,
bro. The whole you can't just say Draymond, bro.
Draymond.
No, it's not just Draymond.
The whole defense is stop Jokic. I ain't got to worry about Monte Morris. I ain't got to worry about Aaron Gordon because he's shooting terribly. I ain't got to worry about nobody else on that court but Nikola Jokic. If he don't get to a bag, they ain't got nothing to worry about.
I'll give you that. I don't think. I mean, I just think they ran into a buzzsaw. Like the Nuggets
That's
really
fact.
ain't even sorry. They just, bro. They caught the.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. make this series a lot. This will be like how we look at Brooklyn, Boston, but on the West. Because you'd have Jamal Murray. I will be at least assuming he would be an all-star, close to all-star. Michael Porter Jr. will probably at least throw in 20 points. Now you like Nick just said, you got 40 points to go along with Jokic. And that's 40 points that you got to guard every possession.
It would still be 2-0 Golden State?
No. Because it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. Because Jokic is damn near beating. Well, he's not actually beating. He's not beating them, but he's making these games close by himself, like Nick said.
Until the Warriors get that big run, and that's when they, you know what I'm saying, hit the gas. Because when you think about it, bro, game two, the Nuggets were up all the way for the whole first half, except for the last 3 minutes of the second when the Warriors started going on their run. And they came out in the third quarter, pushed it even further, and then it was GG's after that. And then it doesn't help when I saw a tweet, bro. It said, imagine getting assaulted, not beaten, not anything like that. Imagine getting assaulted by Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson, and then Steph Curry come off the bench. That's nuts, bro. That is nuts.
Yeah, think about it. Okay, Jordan Poole, good young player, not going to average 30 every game. He dropped 30 in game one. Steph's not going to come off the bench. Jokic has been struggling. I think Draymond Green is an all-time defender. But like you said, Vance, I don't think that Nikola Jokic is over 70. Draymond Green should not be an impediment to him scoring the basketball.
Bro, I mean, y'all say he should not be an impediment. He put up 20. He put up 25 game one, 26 game two, and he shot above 45% in both games. That's not a bad game.
But he's struggling as Draymond being the primary defender. That's what I'm saying. I don't think should be the case as a guy that's about to get his second MVP in a row. That's how I feel. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Jokic's not, this is I look at this series in Philly and the same way. One team is obviously better. The Nuggets or the Raptors may win a game, but we know who's gonna advance. So no need to waste more time.
Yeah.
The Warriors are pretty cool. But
let's talk about a series that's up in the air there. Dallas,
the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves.
Ooh, Grizzlies and Dallas and Utah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I thought the series was GG's after game one, and Donovan Mitchell got to a bag in the second half. But seeing Jalen Brunson cook up for 41, that's a good team, bro. And you know what? We talked about the Pelicans trade for CJ McCollum. We also talked about previously. We talked about the Mavs trading for Spencer Dinwiddie and how bad of a trade it was. But bringing in Dinwiddie, it gave them that second playmaker / scorer that they needed. A guy with size who can get to a shot, get to the lane, and facilitate on offense. And I think that was a big trade for them. And it's paying dividends right now in the playoffs for sure.
That's a fact. Me and Nick both say I didn't, somebody played with somebody. I've seen Jalen Brunson play basketball since he was like 14. Never saw 40 points in an NBA playoff game. Just didn't see it.
Facts.
But, it happened. But like Nick just said, we talked about Spencer Dinwiddie. I can't take this. I'm not doing haircut I got on that man. But we just talked about like you said, the impact of Spencer Dinwiddie. Literally, one of the first games he had, he was the main guy that beat Milwaukee, Golden State at home.
Facts.
So you're
And
talking
he
about
followed that
Luka.
up with a game winner.
Exactly. We talk about Luka. His status for 3 and 4 is up in the air. They're already going back to Dallas. They already did what they were supposed to do. They got a game in no. Well, it doesn't really matter honestly because ain't that a 4-5 matchup or 3-6?
4-5.
I was gonna say it doesn't matter. They took care of business. The Grizzlies took care of business without Luka. They got a split, so they're gonna go to Utah. The best they can reasonably hope for is another split. So, and it's if they can hold out Luka to game 4, Spencer Dinwiddie might have 35. Maxi Kleber might hit 5 or 6 more threes. Dorian Finney-Smith might drop a random 20. But Jalen Brunson hit some crazy shots. Like they weren't super crazy. Like Anthony Edwards has hit the toughest shots this playoff. But the Mavericks didn't do nothing crazy. All they did was, the Jazz perimeter defense kind of was whatever. The guys were getting by their on-ball defenders. Gobert would help. And they were just hitting threes. And nothing, okay, so, everybody talks about what Quinn Snyder's going to do, how they're going to adjust. But are you really going to are you going to be so quick to take off a guy that's won Defensive Player of the Year twice off the floor completely? It's not Steven Adams. I think we can all agree Gobert's a little better than Steven Adams. So it's just like, everybody, Charles Barkley, whatever, is, so quick about, you need to change it up. But is Gobert not the second best player on that team? So
Actually,
he might be the best.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hell no.
I'm not gonna listen to me. Hot take coming. Bojan Bogdanovic is the second most important player on that Jazz team, bro.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, he just dropped 30, but Mike Conley goose egg in the second game, horrible. They paid him too much money than that. But the Utah Jazz are not going to become better perimeter defenders over one night. Like we just talked about, Jalen Brunson night was game 2. It may be Dinwiddie tonight, game 3. Maybe Dorian Finney-Smith night. Maxi Kleber just hit 8 threes. He might not do that again, but he might have him a little Desmond Bain night.
The Mavericks are not supposed to be this good. Like what player in the Mavericks besides Luka Doncic would start on another? What player besides Luka Doncic would start on another playoff team?
Dinwiddie, maybe.
No, hell no, because he wouldn't even.
Like you taking Jalen Brunson over Dylan Brooks?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I will say what made this Mavs team so good this year. And people don't, exactly. Jason Kidd. He brought defense to Dallas. And when you have defense, just like football, you in any game, bro. You keep the Jazz and the dynamic scorer in Donovan Mitchell. You hold them to 99 points game 1, even though they won. You hold an NBA team to under 100, that's a good game in my book. And then game 2, the Jazz scored 104. Okay, you still playing good defense. You forcing bad shots, forcing late shot clock shots, and you're getting turnovers and steals. That's good defense, and I think that's been the key to the Mavs' success so far this postseason.
Jason Kidd, one of the best point guards in NBA history too. He understands offense, even as a guy that at least initially his career wasn't the best shooter. He understands the concept of spacing. So just comparing a trash game 1 for the Wolves or Timberwolves versus game 2 for Anthony Edwards hit crazy tough shots, step back threes, rhythm side step threes, fadeaway jumpers. These are tough shots. He's a tough shot maker, but these are tough shots. All that's happening with Dallas is penetration, rotation, open 3. Penetration, rotation, open 3. It was literally, that was the game. Literally nothing else. Jalen Brunson, you go under the screen, I hit a 3. You go over, I go in the lane, make a play. But it wasn't a thing to where Max Kleber had an out-of-body experience. He hit a lot of open 3s. He's a good 3-point shooter. Dorian Finney-Smith, a much improved guy, a much improved shooter.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jalen Brunson, we've all agreed up. He doesn't have 40 in the playoffs again, but he's been a reliable starter for the Mavs all season. He's going to get a lot of money in free agency. He could average 25 points this series if Luka doesn't come back. So,
Tim Hardaway not even playing.
Right.
I would hate to be Quinn Snyder, honestly. He already looked like an alcoholic on the sideline. And it looks like he's going to have to take off his second or third best player in the series because he's unplayable.
Yeah, especially when Dallas goes with that small lineup, like we said. But a couple of series we didn't hit on. Like Van said, we're not really going to get into Memphis Timberwolves because we know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Grizzlies in 5. And then we're going to move over to the East. A couple of series we didn't hit on.
Bro, don't look like that. Come on, fool.
Bro,
Hey,
so
we gonna be Steven Adams and that's taken care of.
yeah, bro.
for
Steven
this
Adams
season.
played 2 minutes in game 2. I mean, 3 minutes in game 2, and we saw the difference.
Okay, all I will say is, y'all know I'm not a big Anthony Edwards fan, but that dude, that's the type of dude that, D'Angelo Russell struggling. Like that's the type of dude that can win you a series by himself. And
a game, which they got in game 1.
Exactly.
Just
and
like
they had
y'all
to play
got
the
the
best
Grizzlies.
basketball of the playoffs to win that one game.
Y'all got the Grizzlies 1 game last year and against the Jazz, bro. It happened. They might get one in Minnesota, maybe. But
and now they get one in Minnesota. Now it's split. Now it's a best of 3. You don't want that.
The Grizzlies are gonna win that. Like
I would tell. We ain't got to talk about it because obviously y'all got the limit booty. I put it on Twitter too. They need to sweep them in Minnesota. They need to come back to Memphis 3-1. Do not let them come back 2-2.
I agree.
Because we literally just seen, like I said, 36 in your first playoff game, that's tough. That's Luka Doncic type of tough. So, this is the thing that I need to turn the corner on Anthony Edwards. But, like I said, Nick likes to make fun of me. You have that guy right there, baby Tracy McGrady, with 2 All-Stars. You don't want to mess around with them. Jared Vanderbilt's a tough defender. Towns can't protect the rim when he's not crying. Beasley, Jalen Noel, like Memphis need to come on. Like there's a reason why I was.
He gonna be all right. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm not worried.
Yeah, and so we only got 2 more series left in the East. I think the Heat Hawks series is kind of self-explanatory. The Heat coming with black forces. Trae Young and the Hawks not really ready for that, putting that pressure on them boys. And then last series, Chicago, Milwaukee. Chicago got any hope?
No, I ain't gonna lie. We just seen Vanilla Marcus Smart show out. I like what you said on Twitter. That's how Nick brags on Twitter. He talk about guys getting high quality minutes. He's so damn woke. He can't even say that good play good. But now we obviously seen game 1 how important Caruso was to them. If they had any other superstar except DeMar DeRozan, I would like the Bulls in this series. But I've said it time and time again. Unless your name has Kobe, Jordan, not Michael, not Jeffrey or none of them other niggas. And Kobe, Jordan, or Kawhi, you are not gonna go deep in the playoffs as a guy that operates mainly in the mid-range. Even first of all, we've seen how bad the Bulls have been against good teams all year long. Memphis came out there to Chicago, killed them. They would win 3-21 against top 5 teams over 500, something crazy like that.
Against the top 3 teams in East Conference.
And even in that was a close game down the stretch, bro. But it was really towards the third quarter. Time and time again, we seen what DeRozan getting the pick and roll because Vucevic was their lead scorer. He was their best player, and then it was really Alex Caruso.
He was shooting 9 for 27. You're not gonna call him their best player.
But he had most of the points though, Nick. He had more points than what you call. DeRozan was doing the same thing during the regular season except missing. Because defenses they do the job. They play boxing the elbows, bro, and they're not gonna let you get easy. They're not gonna let you get easy looks, especially a team like Milwaukee that's playoff experience the playoffs is nothing to them. So they're gonna let DeMar take these bad mid-range jumpers. They're gonna let him go 9 for 27, and they're like, okay, let Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine beat us because you're gonna take yourself out of the game.
Yeah, but kind of just talking to this series, like you said, it's simple as this. The Bucks have experience. The Bulls don't. The Bulls shot 32% from the field as a team in game 1, 18% from 3. And there was a lot of moments because, the Bulls made the run to close the gap, ended up coming within 2 or tying the game. And they couldn't hit that shot to give them the lead. And a lot of that was just bad offense, it was like they had never been there before, basically. Taking bad shots, not working for the best shot, and trying to be that guy to hit the shot to give them the lead instead of working the offense. And so I think that's why this series is pretty much over with. I think Giannis finna dominate this, and GG's for the Bulls.
Do the Bulls get a game in Chicago?
No. I think this is a sweep.
True or false, DeRozan averages more than 26 points a game.
False.
In Chicago.
He won't crap in those 2 games?
Yeah.
That's not a...
Will he touch 30? Well, how about that? I'll make it easy. Will he touch 30 in game 3 or 4?
Probably because he won't have no pressure on him. Because he knows what's going to happen.
30. I mean, he might take 47 shots, but he can touch 30.
Yeah, he went 6 for 25 game one for 18 points. So he'll hit 30. He just needs
That's what
35
I'm like,
shots.
bro. Yes, LeBron James was the best player in the world when him and Kyle was on the Raptors, but they was getting swept every year, bro. Like every year it was 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. Each conference was out 4-0, 4-0. Like DeMar DeRozan, I like him too. He's an LA guy. You know, he had some pretty treacherous things he went through. You know, he's pretty. He stays out of the headlines and for the most part, but he does not. What you said something, son?
Man, I gotta give his whole backstory, man. Talking basketball.
I just said I like him, dog.
All right,
I
for
can't
sure.
explain why I like him.
For sure.
Anyway, but not he's not a guy that plays winning basketball, bro. He's not a very good passer. He's not a very good three-point shooter. He's not a very good defender. And you know, those are the kind of things you need in the playoffs. You know, one-on-one shot creation isn't the thing because everybody locks in. You're not playing Milwaukee, then the Kings, then the Knicks. You're gonna play Milwaukee again, Milwaukee at home, Milwaukee away. So, you know, Chris Middleton gonna guard you. He's a pretty good physical defender. Drew Holiday gonna guard you. Giannis may switch on you. Like they got guys that they can throw at him. And like I said, he's already not the most efficient guy. You know, Zach LaVine might have him Anthony Edwards night. You know, he's an all-star as well. Vucevic I think Vucevic has been an all-star before. He played really good in game. Or he had a lot of points in game one. Not the most efficient.
LaVine shot 2 for 10 from 3 in game one. So did Vucevic. Vucevic shot 9 for 27 overall, though.
And okay,
not
so
a lot
they
of
shot
buckets
very
getting
bad.
got in Chicago.
Facts, but he's definitely the Chris Bosh out of that group. But he just shot. They just had like did they even crack 100 points in that game?
No, final score was 86-93. Milwaukee.
So they just scored 86 points in the playoff game, and it was a one possession game most of the fourth quarter.
Yep, they played really bad that first quarter, and really
they did.
Yeah.
So quarter two.
The fact that they made, I think the fact that they made the game so close at the end is sign for encouragement, honestly.
Yeah. So to wrap up this NBA playoff heavy episode, we got to give credit where credit is due, and we're going to do that by naming our first, second, and third All-NBA teams. So I'm going to be taking care of the first team, and I'm going to start it with the bigs, bro. There's a lot of debate in the league. Jokic, Embiid. Well, guess who's going to get the first team nod in my book? Got to give it to Nikola Jokic, man. Because if you take Jokic off that Nuggets team, they're not in the playoffs, and they're not as good or as consistent as they were throughout the entire regular season. Jokic is a guy averaging 27, 13, and 8 as a center. That's very impressive. Also strapping it from the three-point line. So he gets my nod above Embiid for the NBA first team. Now my two forwards, I got to go with Giannis and Bron. Bron was second in the league in scoring. Unofficially, he didn't have enough games to count for the official standings. He only played 56. But Bron, washed king, 30 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. The Lakers didn't make the playoffs, no, but you can't say it was because of LeBron. LeBron had one of his best seasons ever at the age of 36, if I'm correct. And then my other forward, like I said, Giannis, Greek freak. He's been doing it year in, year out, coming off a championship, and he's been showing an expanded bag, hitting mid-range shots, three-point shots, even though he's still at 29% from three. His bag's gotten bigger. He's still dominating guys like he was Shaq or something. So that's why he's got to get my nod on the first team. Then my two guards, I'm gonna start out with one of them, Luka Doncic down in Dallas. Guy is a problem on every level of the court, putting up 28 points, 9 rebounds, and just about 9 assists. Dude is almost averaging a triple double, and he's about as athletic as my grandma. She's in a wheelchair, so let that sink in, bro. So Luka Doncic is getting it done, of course. Got Dallas in a good position. Hasn't played in the playoffs yet, but it's 1-1. So when he gets back, I think that series will be a lot different. And then final, to wrap up the first team, there's only one correct answer. It's Ja Morant. 27 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. He showed an improved bag up that shooting 34% from 3. He's got the Grizzlies team with the second best record in the NBA. That's something that doesn't get talked about enough. And Ja's the key driver behind that. People point to the games where he didn't play. Okay. But Ja Morant is the real deal, and he deserves his recognition. So he's NBA first team in my book. It doesn't matter how many games he played.
That's a good list, bro. You know, except for your center position, but we'll get it. That's another conversation for another time. With that being said, second team All NBA with the first guard. I think it's the easiest out of all the choices. That's Devin Booker, Mississippi product. The other guard, it's a three guard race, bro. It's between Trae Young, Chris Paul, Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry missed too many games. And y'all know how I feel about Chris Paul. So I'm going with Ice Toy the game. And that's Trae Young, who led the league in points accounted for. So that's my second team all NBA backcourt. Trae Young, Devin Booker. Now we're gonna go to the forwards. I think the first spot has to go to the best player on the best team in the Eastern Conference, and that's Jason Tatum. He's leading the way. Right now they're up 1-0 on the Brooklyn Nets. We'll see how that series goes, but I think he's the best player on the best team in the East. Now that second spot, it's coming down to DeMar DeRozan or Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant missed too many games. DeMar DeRozan turned the Chicago Bulls into a contender, bro. That counts for something. So give me DeMar DeRozan and Tatum at the 3 and 4. Now, my center, you made it too easy on me, Mr. Hayes, and that's going to be Joel Embiid, the most dominant player in the game today.
Except for when he plays Jokic.
When Jokic played Draymond, he's not the most dominant.
This is very good discord. Only thing I'll say, I'll argue that LeBron deserves to be on my team versus either your Vance's team, just because of my NBA teams are decided a lot by success. Talking about LeBron, they weren't even able to make it to the play-in game. But overall, I'm very complimentary of you guys' list. So slightly surprised to not hear Devin Booker. Nobody said Devin Booker, right?
Devin Booker on the second team.
You said second, okay. But you said, so who was your other guard?
My other guard, Trae Young.
Okay, so I get Chris Paul. Okay, but no complaints really. So with my first guaranteed spot, I told Vance there's gonna be whoever he didn't pick between CP3 and Trae Young. So obviously he put Trae Young, so I'll take Chris Paul. Talking about guys that have had continued success. He's on a LeBron-esque run in terms of how long he's been in the league and how long he's played at the elite level. Best player, I would say it's going to be hard to argue him. Or it's going to be hard to keep him outside of that top 5 point guard of all time list. So there's that. My number 2 guard spot, a guy that we actually not know personally, but we're very intimately familiar with, Darius Garland. Him and Evan Mobley had the Cavs, the top 4 in the East before Jared Allen got hurt at the end of the season. Obviously, a heartbreaking loss in the play-in game. But everything you talk about Trae Young, Darius Garland does the same thing. Even if you look at his numbers, they're almost identical to Trae. Only thing that Trae has on him is he averaged close to 28, 29 points a game, and DG was down closer to 21, 22. But both over 86 a game, both over 39% from 3. And then, like I said, being able to get Cleveland in the play-in game is a big thing. So yeah, that's my 2 guards. My first forward, this is probably one of the highly debated spots. You could have put Bam Adebayo here. You could have put Zach LaVine here. Could put him at, I guess, either one of the guard spots, honestly. But for me, and it's actually panned out well, so they had a really good game. Jimmy Butler, best player on the number 1 team in the East right now. Their most important guy, their shot creator. Like I said, just threw up 45, 5-5 against Atlanta yesterday. And like I said, you got the number 1, you got the best team in the East. You got to have a guy that could be on there. You have to have a guy on all NBA, in my opinion. So I had to make sure you're going to be him or Bam. My second forward, it's a guy that came on really strong towards the end of the season. Spicy P. Pause. Pascal Siakam, one of the best.
Wait, hold on. Time out. So far, nobody has put Kevin Durant on the All-NBA team. Are we sure we want to rock with this?
That's crazy.
KD, this stuff crazy, bro.
No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy, Nick. That's crazy. I gotta amend my list. I gotta make a mid-game adjustment, baby. Like I
chose Spicy P over KD.
I really didn't think he was gonna be available. No cap. That's why.
Yeah, bro, it's tough.
Man. Okay, give me KD and who? Give me KD and Jimmy Butler, man. I don't got time. We know Kevin Durant. Which sucks for Siakam, because Siakam was he was a top 10 guy towards the end of the season. He put up like 25, 5-5 the last like 20 games, but thank you, Nick. Yeah, we gotta put KD in there. So give me KD and Jimmy buckets. For my center, I tried very hard to get him out of there. now that we actually eliminated one of my guys, I might replace him with Bam Adebayo, but I just thought it would have been too much hateration on Karl-Anthony Towns. Third All-Star appearance. One of the few guys in the NBA shooting over 40% as a true big man. Very soft, toilet Charmin soft. I just don't like the way he plays, man. Just, we all seen that meme of DeMarcus Cousins looking at him just like this and him just like, ah. So I really hate his game. I think he's Amari Stoudemire with a 3-point shot, really. But 23-10, 40% from three, won the 3-point contest. I think it would have been over the line to exclude him. So yeah, that's my 5, man. And thank you for giving me KD, y'all.
So would anybody would like to replace any of their picks with Steph Curry? Going once, going twice.
I'll take him. I'll put Garland in for Steph. But I'm not like.
I feel the same way. It's just like,
I'll put Garland in for Steph, but I'm not. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. If I did, my team might beat y'all. If I did Steph, CP3, KD, Jimmy Butler, and Karl Towns, like, kind of tough.
But that's an all crybaby team, bro. You got CP3, Cat, and KD on the same team.
That is an all team.
Hey, and you know what's crazy, bro?
What's that?
We're sitting here talking about Steph. Steph played 64 games this year. That's more than Ja Morant.
And Steph was the MVP at the beginning of the season.
That's facts.
He's not the MVP of his team, bro.
Who is Jordan Poole?
Poole party.
Spicy. I like it.
I hate him so much. Like he, we can say this now.
That's the first light skin I ever seen you hate on, bro. That's crazy.
He is it's Jordan Poole and Devin Walker, like right here, like niggas that I hit on site.
What Jordan Poole did to you?
The same thing Devin Walker did. Nothing. I just don't like him. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, bro. Well, no, we ain't gonna think about that on camera. But I don't know, bro. I just don't like the way he plays, bro. Y'all see him on Instagram? Like, he got the old videos of him. He just like a dweeb. He like somebody I would have bullied in high school.
He's from the north, bro. That's the thing. He's from like Wisconsin.
I can tell. He like Jeremy. What you say, Vince? He plays basketball like he was raised in a great environment.
Understood.
That's how I feel about Jordan Poole. Like, he just, I just hate him. I hate him. I do not like his game. He play. I just feel like
he always been a dog, though. He had Michigan going to the Final Four.
That's
they had no business doing it.
But nobody knew his name before the NCAA tournament, though.
That's also facts.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the tournament makes names, though, bro.
Dante DiVincenzo, nobody knew him to the tournament.
Hey, Jalen Brunson.
That's facts.
On, bro.
I've known Jalen Brunson since he was like 13.
All right, bro.
Jalen Brunson was a McDonald's All-American, too. First of all, Jordan Poole.
Bro, I ain't know that. I really don't keep up with Mickey D Burger Boys, bro.
I mean, it just lets you know who's supposed to be next up.
So that's our NBA first, second, and third teams. I know y'all ain't see Steph Curry on the list. Let us know in the comments.
Don't beat us up, please. We just children, young men, I guess. I don't know.
So that wraps up our playoff talk, then. If y'all got anything else y'all want to hear us talk about, make sure y'all drop it in the comments on social media.